My name is Luca Giuliani. I'm the chairman of the jury of Geisteswissenschaften International, which provides money for funding for translations of German scholarly literature in the humanities into English. And I'm the rector of the Wissenschaftskolleg, the Institute of Advanced Study in Berlin. I would like to recommend or to comment on two books. The first book is Arndt Brendecke, Imperium und Empirie. I guess in English one would say Empire and Empirical Knowledge, published in 2011. It's a book about the Spanish Empire in the 16th century. The starting point is the fact that within one generation the Spanish king found himself to be ruling a huge empire about which he knew very little, actually next to nothing. This lack of information was quickly perceived as a problem, and the monarchy started collecting knowledge in a very systematic way through wide-ranging surveys. Brendecke, as a historian, is interested not only in the written documents, but also in concrete behavior. He tries to understand not only how the informations were collected and stored, but also how they were used, by whom and to what end. Brendecke's historical analysis goes into details. It is itself a wonderful example of empirical historical knowledge. Its result is intriguing exactly because it seems to be counterintuitive. The huge amount of information stored in Madrid had almost no impact at all on actual political decisions. But the process of political decision-making itself changed. It became decentralized. More and more decisions were not taken anymore in Madrid, but in the periphery. And the process of collecting information itself contributed to the development of a decentralized decision-taking structure. Knowledge, so Brendecke argues, in this case was not so much an equivalent of power. It turned out to be more a compensation for a loss of power. The book seems to me to be of interest not only to historians of the Spanish Empire and not only to historians interested in the early modern period, but to historians in general. The second book is by Lothar Müller. The title is Weiße Magie, die Epoche des Papiers, White Magic, the Paper Age. The book traces the history of paper as a medium for writing and printing since its very beginning in China and the Arab world, but is mainly concerned with the history of paper in the West. It was written and is being published at a time in which there is a widespread opinion that the paper age is coming to an end due to the advancement of the digital media. Müller decidedly does not share this opinion. He offers, among many other things, a precise, cutting criticism of Marshall McLuhan's apocalyptical vision of the Gutenberg galaxy. Müller was trained as a literary scholar. He then became a journalist. He is therefore particularly interested in two aspects. First, the advancement in the technology of the paper production, which in the 19th century led to the creation of the periodical press. And second, in the way literary works themselves reflect their own medium, the paper. Müller's literary horizon is astonishingly wide and deep. It goes from the 16th century to our days, embracing the Spanish, French, German, and English literature. Whether he writes about Rabelais or about Joyce, Cervantes or Dickens, Melville or Heinrich Mann, the results are always surprising, one learns about the history of book writing, book printing, and book reading as much as about the single authors and their books. And the book is written in a masterful scholarly prose, learned and entertaining at the same time, transparent and witty. I think this is a book that simply must be translated into English.